Apologies for the terrible lighting and angle in here, but I was just sat in my car and I've just been out today. It's been a really hot day. And I thought, you know what? I want to show you guys this. So it's just like a raw moment that I wanted to capture that. I actually had this today on me and I was looking through it, I was reading through it, and I wanted to share what was in this little booklet that you can see. Got my ginger beer here as well. It's a nice warm evening. It's roughly about 9:30 p.m. And this book here, I was 17 years old. This was my first ever time writing down any kind of thoughts or anything like that before anyone really understood what I was doing. I never felt understood when I was younger, and I was writing all these things down in here. This is a self-confidence formula. You probably can't read that, but self-confidence formula from Think and Grow Rich. And the reason I'm making this video is I wanted to actually share with you the reasons why I believe that I have achieved what I have as a trader and also in my life as well. And don't get me wrong, I'm nowhere near where I want to be, and I don't think anybody ambitious it will ever be near to where they want to be. But I've ticked off a lot of goals and I've come a very long way from when I was this person in this book, writing down things in this little journal. So as you can see here, people don't believe me. Step-by-step process of becoming a profitable trader. Read that on the left. Have a read of that. You can see for yourself, go from being a new trader, videos or Google, risk management, to then learning strategies, to then backtest, to then discipline and psychology. I had it all wrong, but again, I was self-taught at this point. And basically, there's bits in this book where I've written down things, some of which, you know, honestly, I look back and I'm like, well, that's insane. There's a lot of things in here because I was very angry as well as a young kid. All right, so I had a lot of drive and a lot of motivation. I don't even want to share that page or read it. These days in which I feel drained and helpless, remember, it is all part of the journey. It is good to feel pain. You're on your way to becoming to great financial success. Who do you want to be when you are 25? I actually don't even remember writing down that age, and this is insane. This is actually, I'm not even kidding. I didn't even prepare for this part of the video. I read this today, but I didn't read this page where I talked about being 25 and I'm 25 now and I'm reading it again. That's literally insane. What the hell? Who do you want to be when you're 25? And I've put every single day I'll wake up and I'll look out my window. I will see a car that I have long anticipated parked on the driveway. That is absolutely insane. I can't believe that. I literally cannot believe that I have written that. Every single day I will wake up and as I look out my window, I will see a car that I have long anticipated parked on the driveway. My window's literally up there and I'm sat in the car that I've long anticipated parked on my driveway. You know, and if this isn't proof to you, I mean, there's loads of other things in this journal, but it's just proof to you that anything is absolutely and utterly possible. It doesn't matter what it is. If you put your mind to it, you can achieve it. There was a lot of times my mind was telling me to quit. My mind was telling me, don't carry on trading, don't do this and don't do that. Maybe try a different system, try a different method. But then there was a stronger voice within me that said, no, you need to stick the path through and just carry on. You need more time in the markets. And it was very tempting to try something else and try and learn a different system, but I'm glad I didn't, because I improved linearly. And when you try and learn all these different methods as a trader together, or in any business, when you try too many things at once, you don't master one thing. And the problem with that is you just become very average at everything, but you need to become very good at one thing as opposed to just average at everything. So for example, if you look at anybody who's competent, you find that they're very, very good at the basics. They've mastered the basics, where almost they look overly advanced. And in trading, it's all about doing the basic stuff extremely, extremely well, as opposed to doing all the advanced stuff in a really poor manner. And I don't think people understand that. That goes with any craft out there. But I wanted to make this video more related to all of you watching who are younger. This ginger beer is amazing. If anybody ever wants to get me a drink as a present, get me this. Look, I was once your age. For those of you younger than me, I was once your age. Believe me, I know what it's like to have people doubt you. I know what it's like to fail. I know what it's like to make mistakes. But let me tell you one thing, you don't stop failing and you don't stop making mistakes. You just get better at managing them and understanding them for what they are. Earlier on when I was a kid, when I was your age, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, my relationship with mistakes was not good. I used to hate making silly mistakes, not just any mistake. Until I learned to improve my relationship with mistakes, nothing improved, nothing at all. And you have to accept that mistakes, you're never going to be immune to them. They're never going to disappear. Stress and problems never disappear. You just simply become better at managing them. And it's very hard to understand that when you're younger. It's very hard to understand that, oh, how is it I can wake up one day and have no motivation whatsoever and still get things ticked off? How can you do that? It's because it becomes a normal to you. You have to learn to just say no when there's temptations present to stop you doing what you need to do for that given day. It's extremely important. All this, like this car and everything and whatever, all these achievements, they're literally a form of energy. They don't just come out of nowhere. The universe is very giving. If you say, I don't believe money is great, or I think money is evil, it will say, okay, and your reality will shape itself accordingly. If you say, for example, I don't really think it's working for me, or I feel like I'm a joke, I feel like everyone's doubting me, the universe will look back at you and say, okay, and it will automatically reshape your reality accordingly. I know it's easier said than done. When I used to be in your position, and people used to tell me this, exactly what you're hearing now, I used to just feel like slapping them in the face, thinking, what are you talking about, right? But honestly, looking back in hindsight, in retrospect, always right. As philosophical as it sounds, or as mythical as it sounds, it's true. It literally is real. You do attract what you think about the most. You know, most of your thoughts, 90,000 thoughts per day on average, 90% of the time are going to be the same the next day. For years to come, nothing's going to change because people don't instantaneously and aggressively change the way that they think. And if you don't do that, and you don't do it intentionally, I'm telling you, nothing in your life is going to change. There's going to be so many instances where you are going to be tested. This is what comes part and parcel with being on the path that you're on. But you have to understand that you're only given tests that you can actually bear. Tests that you can bear, the tests that you're made to bear. Otherwise, it'd be given to somebody else. Things don't happen on random. You know, behind me right now, or behind you, even behind the camera, that car that I had, my older car, I've seen so many struggles in that car, days where I couldn't even put fuel in. And I'm literally sat between two realities at the moment. I remember who I was when I got that car, and now I'm in this, you know, and it's like, the timeline difference is absolutely insane. I've got the same body, but completely different. Basically, I've always had the good mindset. And you watching, you probably have a fantastic mindset, but you just need to develop on it. That's all you got to do, is you got to build on it. If you've got a good foundation, which is why you're probably watching this video, you just need to build on it the right way. If you build on what is a good foundation in the wrong way, it's such a waste. It really is such a waste. And I've seen so many people waste their lives, waste their time, waste their potential, just by being around the wrong people, just by not listening when the time was right. You know, and you do get chances in life, but you only get so many. But like I said, going back to the main purpose of this video, to show you this, I was 17 years old, I'm 25 now, and it's like, you know, so much has changed in those years. It's a reflective moment for me. And it's weird how everything has fallen into place, not in the way that I thought it would, but in the way that it actually should have. And there's so many times where I thought, why is it not happening now? Why do I have to wait it out? Why do I have to be more patient? What's going on now? Why do I feel like I'm 3 steps forward, 10 steps back? But things are always getting delayed so they don't destroy you. And that's what people don't understand. It's obviously you're not going to understand that, because if you did, there'd be no purpose of life. That's why life is a mystery. You know, life can't just all be calculated and predictable. Life is unpredictable for that very reason. I wanted to make this sit down as more of an inspiration for you that, trust me, if I can do it, coming from writing this when I was in college with literally no money, I don't even think I had a bank account at this point, to everybody doubting me, nobody really believing in what I did, nobody thinking that trading is a real thing, to now literally being in something that trading is provided for. It's like, what the heck? You know, sometimes I scratch my head or I pinch myself thinking, is this real? There's of course bigger things to achieve in life, but I'm sure most of you can understand that nobody really believes in you. That's fine. Don't expect people to believe in you. That's low self-esteem. But when you get around the right people that do believe in you, and they do push you, and they're in the same niche as you, be it trading, be it some kind of business, e-commerce, trust me, that's when you level up. If it wasn't for the trading community that I have, that I was once a student within, now I'm a coach, I wasn't in a position where I'm helping people achieve the same level of skill set to change their own life and trade lots of money and make money, real people just like you, honestly, I don't know where I'd be. And this is just a video. I'm not trying to sell you on anything. Do what you want with your life. You can go back through my YouTube videos and see that, you know, I promote Falcon all the time because it's the best decision I ever made in my life. And weirdly, I didn't try any other trading community. This is the first place that I came to learn trading. And it's happened to be the best decision I made. It's just weird how life just led me into this moment. I almost got lucky, I would say, that I picked Falcon. You know, and some of you may not be that lucky, where you've had bad experience with so many bad trading teachers and bad trading companies out there. And it's like, you just got a bad taste in your mouth now, you know. But it's got to come a time where you change this. Until you change this, trust me, and this is coming from me, your reality will not change. Your reality will not change. Everything's going to remain the same. You'll feel like you're going forward. You won't be going forward. Progression and movement are two different things. And I just want you guys to just take some inspiration, take some motivation from this, and really understand that anything is possible. Trading literally did this for me. There was a time no one believed in me. There was times where even I felt like I was losing belief. Not that I had doubt, but I was losing belief that it was going to happen so quick. But when's this going to happen? Is there ever going to be a day where I'm going to see 5K or 10K profit? Is there ever going to be a day like that? Is there ever going to be a day across 200,000 or 100,000, even 50,000? Is there ever going to be a day? And it's like, when it happens really quick. But you are always thankful for those hardships. You're always thankful for those adversities when you look back. Not once do I look back and think all those hard times, man, I so regret them. So happy they happened because they teach you so much and they morph you into something that you're supposed to be. So, yeah, just wanted a quick reflection session with you all. I'll see you in the next video.